Hello friend, welcome back to Auto Resource YouTube channel. In this video I have here for you 2005 Ford F150. It's XLT with a 5.4 liter Triton V3 engine. And it came for a simple service, engine oil and filter change. If you want to see how I deal with it, stay with me in this video. And I always start underneath the hood. I locate the engine oil dipstick, which is right here, and slightly pull it out. And I locate the filler, right? Nicely tells us that it needs 5W20. And I also open this area. This one doesn't want to go. What's going on? And I go ahead, right, and remove that. And I know I will be ready to add the oil. And my next step obviously will be securely lift the vehicle up in the air so I can get underneath and drain that engine oil. Truck is up and I prepared the light there for you so you can nicely see that engine oil pan drain plug, and it's located right here. I have my kitchen pan here, and just a note, it needs to be a big one because this engine has 7 quarts of oil, right? Now to release that bolt, I'm a metric guy, so it's a number 16 socket. Sorry for that. I know for this standard, but I'm a Toyota certified mechanic. I operate in the metric. All my tools are metric. Also, you have to get ready for a blast of oil, right? If you remove that bolt, because 7 quarts pushes out way more than 4, for example, right? So it will come out really strong. See that? It's flying far. But I hope you can see with me how the oil is dirty, right? It's definitely old and it was time to replace it. Here you can see nicely detail of that drain bolt. I want to show you, it has that built-in rubber gasket. Really nice. And I will need to wait here until it stops dripping, right? Because this drain bolt and the engine oil filter, they are located far from each other, so I cannot be catching it in the same pan in the same time. So I'm here back 20 minutes later, and I'm ready to put that bolt back. I will start it always by the hand, right, to catch the thread correctly. And then I will bring my torque wrench for the correct torque. You don't want to leave that bolt loose, and you don't want to over tight it either and strip the thread in the pan. So I like to use for it 40 Newton meters. Right? Let's see how it will work. You heard it? That was nice. It was 40.6 Newton meters. Now I know it's perfectly installed. And I have moved that light in order to be able to show you where the engineers put that oil filter. It's right there, so it's on the front of the engine, right? On the driver's side. So I have cleaned that filter. Hopefully it will let me to release it. If it's not too tight, right? If it was installed correctly. It's starting flowing through somewhere else, not from here, but through the back. Oh, that's great. So I let the whole thing dripping and went to the dealer to get supplies. So I believe this filter will be finally empty and I can remove it. You can see with me, it was some kind of CarQuest filter, that's the number, right? And it's empty. I will show you the area which I need to clean up. Do you see that filter housing in the back, right? So I will dry, clean everything, that I don't have any future oil dripping. I consider this a little bit unfortunate design because it's dripping all over everywhere, but whatever, what can we do? It's not the easiest oil change to do, that's for sure. Here you can see the new filter which dealer sold me for this truck and for this engine, right? I pre-lubricated this rubber O-ring with the clean oil and I'm ready to install it. And as I said before, the correct installation is by the hand only. You are not using any oil wrenches because that will be too hard, tight, and then it's hard to remove it. And there's not much space, right? It's hard to get to it, but I will tie it as hard as I can with the hand, and that's it. I have filter correctly installed, I have a drain plug correctly installed, so I can finally lower it and start filling the engine with the new oil. And I already mentioned in this video that it needs 7 quarts of the engine oil, right? But you might ask, what engine oil? And I've been at the dealer and this is what they told me. This is exactly that 5W20 synthetic blend which is required for this truck. So I have my funnel here, right, to minimize possibility of the spills, and I will go ahead and fill all 6 quarts, right, and then I will start using the dipstick and watching the level, because I don't want to overfill this engine. After pouring 6 quarts of oil, right, let's see, I'm just curious how much will be on the dipstick. So I wiped it off clean, right, put it all the way in, and let's see. Okay, it's already above the minimum, which is here. So it's like a 1/4 inch above the minimum. So I know I'm pretty safe to fill it up with 7 quarts. Now I have 7 quarts in the engine, the dipstick is all the way in. I can put this cap back, right, and I'm ready to start up the engine. When I do that, I will observe closely, possibly the pressure warning light, but mainly that engine oil pressure gauge which is on the right side. Right, I want to see the pressure. Oh yeah, it went nicely up. So everything's fine here. And while it's running, I want to always check here, everything's fine, and look underneath if I don't have any possible leaks. And after letting it running for approximately 1 minute, I will go ahead and shut off the engine. I will let it sit for a minimum of 5 minutes, and after that I can use the dipstick again for the final measurement, right? If it needs a little bit more oil, I can always add it and have it perfectly on that top line. So I hope you have enjoyed this video, it's helpful to someone, and make sure you are subscribed. I have way more coming your way on this channel in the future. Thanks for watching and have a great day, my friend.